Welcome to the Reconnection Club podcast, the show that helps parents heal troubled relationships with their adult sons and daughters. I'm your host, psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson. Each week, I'll offer you compassion, clarity, and personal development tips designed to help you reconnect, not only with your child, but with yourself. Now let's get started. There's a saying about being a parent that goes something like this: you're only as happy as your unhappiest child. As a parent, your estranged adult child's unhappiness is something you feel in the depths of your own being. You may carry it around with you as a vague or acute sense that something is wrong. But when your unhappy adult child behaves in an overtly rude or angry way toward you, as a human being, you're likely to feel hurt, angry, defensive, or even scared of your child. And it's these normal human reactions that often make it difficult for parents to reconnect with their adult children when they are acting rude or angry. The parent is so hurt, angry, or defensive that their compassion for the child gets lost in this shuffle of other emotions. But why is it even important to stay in touch with your compassion for your child if they're acting badly? It's because those other feelings, the defensiveness, anger, hurt, fear, or whatever it is, they help to build a wall between you. Your child may have started building the wall, but when you let those negative feelings get the better of you, it's like you're shoring up that wall from your side and making it stronger. If you want to repair your relationship and have a mutually rewarding connection, you need to figure out how to build not walls, but bridges. Genuine compassion can help take down that wall and lead you back together again. So how do you find that compassion when you're faced with rudeness and anger from your child? Well, it's not easy. You are human, which means you have a heart. You can be wounded, you're vulnerable, and you're not the perfect parent with 2 capital P's, because nobody is. Fortunately, you don't have to be a perfect anything. You can have a positive impact by staying in touch with your compassion, the part of you that hurts when your child is hurting. And I have a few thoughts that I hope will help you find your way back to that compassion at least some of the time so that you can do the work that's necessary to make repairs. The first point I'd like to offer is that everything you taught your child is still there inside her. If she's choosing not to use the good communication skills you gave her, or if she's choosing rudeness instead of the good manners that she learned growing up in your home, she must be in a highly agitated state. Something has got her frustrated, stressed out, and, as we therapists say, de-skilled. That is, her skills are taking a break right now and she doesn't have access to all of them. That's why she's behaving rudely or flinging anger in your direction. She is in a highly stressed and de-skilled state. Just like you and me, she's probably doing the best she can under the circumstances. And speaking of circumstances, how well do you feel like you understand those from your child's point of view? You and your child probably see some things differently, and you don't have to always agree. You can still express appreciation for where she's coming from, but only if you understand her. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote that, quote, "There is no object so foul that intense light will not make it beautiful," end quote. As a therapist, I get to see inside people's thoughts and motivations. It's like I get to shine a light into the shadows and see what's behind the behavior that other people see. And I have found for myself that Everyone is lovable when you really understand them, when you know a person's motivations, why they do the things they do, and why they fail to do the things that good people are supposed to do, like be polite. It's impossible not to find compassion for the human beings they are. But here's the kicker. You can only do this as long as you have compassion for yourself. And that's my main thought for you today to help you find some softer feelings for a rude or angry adult child. Self-compassion is the road to other compassion. Think about how you feel toward yourself when you're not at your best. How harshly do you judge yourself if you lose patience with someone you love? Do you beat yourself up? Or do you seek to understand your own feelings and behavior? Do you forgive yourself for not being perfect? Rudeness is never necessary, but it is sometimes the way we end up expressing our emotions. Everyone has emotions that sometimes get the better of them. Presumably, your child's anger and rudeness are fueled by emotions that you may not fully understand yet. Assume that's the case. Assume your child's behavior is driven by normal, understandable human emotions. Can you forgive your child if his feelings compel him to speak more harshly than he should? Probably if you can forgive yourself for not always managing your emotions perfectly, you can understand and forgive him for the imperfect way he's expressing himself with you. Your child's rudeness is likely more a reflection of his level of emotion than anything else. And if there's anger, it may be very hard to do, but try to accept the fact that your child is angry with you. It doesn't mean that you failed as a parent. It doesn't mean anything other than something has happened between you, perhaps more than once, that's made your child angry. Find out what it is, address it, and allow both of you to be the imperfect but lovable people you ultimately are. So those are a couple of thoughts on finding compassion for a rude or angry child. Remember that if your child is not using good manners, she's probably not at her best. What are the circumstances, from her point of view, that are making it so hard for her to use the good communication skills that she learned from you? See if you can grasp what the issues are and appreciate the pain they're causing her, even as her behavior is causing you pain. As her parent, you're the one person in the world who might be able to do this. Also notice how well you understand and forgive yourself when you have emotions you don't know what to do with. Practice trying to understand rather than judge yourself when you have strong feelings. You'll find it much easier to address the emotions behind rude or angry behavior if you're used to approaching your own feelings with empathy and compassion. Until next time, remember that you are a loving, lovable, and still growing human being. So please, take good care of yourself. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Reconnection Club podcast, I invite you to check out reconnectionclub.com. The Reconnection Club is for parents at any stage of estrangement from their adult, child, or children. So whether you've just realized there's trouble between you, you've been living with estrangement for years, or you're newly reconciled but still walking on eggshells, the Reconnection Club is your essential resource for information, support, and continued personal growth. With our courses and workshops, expert interviews, monthly Q&A calls, and a friendly, active community, the Reconnection Club is a wonderful place to be for anyone suffering the pain of estrangement from an adult, child, or children. So check it out at reconnectionclub.com.